Sport Bar TV.
Well, welcome to Maitland Sports Ground on a slightly dreary Saturday afternoon, but as I say every week, where else in the world would you rather be? And Cessnock just making their way out onto the field. It's not quite a derby, but it's a game with plenty in it. And we might run through the teams, Matthew. Yes. Matthew Peterson's with me in the, I was going to say the booth, but we're up the back of the grandstand here, on the halfway line, about 4 postcodes away from the ground. Matthew, the Cessnock side.
The Cessnock side, we've got the 1, Kieran Holland, 2, Joe Woodbury, 3, Jared Edwards, 4, Sean Metcalf, 5, Brendan Williams, 6, Willie Hedder, 7, Liam Foran, 8, Dan Metcalf, 9, Brett Stevens, 10, Mark White, 11, Alex Farther, 19, not 12, is Geordie Connolly, 13's Brendan Hladd, 14 is Cohen King, the 15 Scratch, and the not Jaden Brown as per the program, it's Noah Easton, 16 Sam Hapthorpe, and 17 Reed Hugo.
Yeah, that's the Cessnock side. Now for Maitland, number 1, the captain Steve Waitford, the 2, the hero from last week, Kate Hardy, 3, Ryan Lacey, 4, Time Down Nick Howe, 5, Matt Soper-Lawler, the 6 is Sebastian Louisi, the 7, Tyler Perrin, 8, Dion Briggs. Now he came off the bench last week, but he's in the 8 today. Jared Smith's in the 9, 10, Pat Robards, 11, Lincoln Smith, 12, Jaden Rosberg, 13, Billy Towers, and on the bench, Luke Clydesdale's in the 14, 15, Tyler Carter, 16, Howie Grant, and as we heard earlier, Damon Fries is not playing today after his star performance last week. Dan Killen is in the side in the 19. So all's in readiness, except we're missing a team. We've got the Cessnock team out on the field, and the guard of honour, a very respectful guard of honour. We've got both sides.
Both sides,
yeah. That's right.
And a bit of boys is back in town too.
Look, one of the things about this ground is that the music, it always sets the tone, doesn't it? It always sets the tone, the music
it's setting something. And
yeah. Well, and we're perched up here on the halfway line, just waiting on the Maitland side. Who do you fancy today and why?
I think Maitland, just to, because I know which way you're going to go. I think Maitland, pretty good form last week, and I think they're a good chance.
Yes.
We can go out there and make up we're on time.
Well, we've just had the rev up. From the PA system. You're absolutely right about who I'm going to go for. I think I fancy Cessnock today. A big win over West last week. Maitland were very good though. They dug in well against Central. Yep. They looked dead and buried at various times during that game, but kept finding a way back. Jagged the try at the end to win it, sunk the kick from the sideline and held on. So they've got plenty about them this year. They've got plenty of character, but I think Cessnock might get the chocolates today. And we've got the referees and linesmen coming out. That announcement was to get all the old boys out on the field. There's been a bit of tardiness here. We've got the old boys staggering over now to get involved and form a big guard of honour for the Maitland players.
Yes, that's not
old boys' day is a big thing in every ground now. But it's always, as I said, a game with plenty of feeling in it.
Yeah, not a local derby by any stretch, but you're right. Always a game with a bit of something extra in it compared to some of the other games. And I think that, especially the way Maitland played last week, they didn't shirk it in any respect in the forwards.
Not at all.
They certainly brought it up to a few of the bigger boys from the central side. So hopefully the similar sort of vein carries on today.
Yeah, we saw that game. They had plenty of sting in the forwards and were willing to use the ball in attack. Cessnock, by all accounts, were very good against West. A bit of drop ball in the first half, but from 18 all at half time, really went on with it and knocked them over 34-18. So that's a pretty good start to any season, beating last year's premiers. But we're still awaiting the Maitland team. We're still awaiting the Maitland team. Cessnock have been out there for about 5 minutes now, which maybe this is a bit of tricky, maybe Coach Dent.
A bit of Uncle Wayne.
Yes.
A bit of Uncle Wayne or
a bit of Wayne. Yeah, a bit of Wayne Bennett. Yeah, bit of tactic. Very wily.
It's certainly delays too. It's not the 1 or 2 minutes as we've seen in the last grand final.
No.
It's they're certainly running behind time here. The pumpkin pickers. And here they come by the looks of it.
If that music's anything to go by, here they come. First home game for this side, and a good crowd in.
Sorry, mate. My name's Gavin. Sorry. Alec.
Well, plenty of high fives on the way out to the ground. It's a pretty long run out there, to be fair. I think out from the change room to the halfway line, it's about 4.1 kilometres.
Perhaps
so
they
it's a
had to
bit of a run.
stop on the way. Maybe they stopped on the way to.
That might be why they took
breath.
a bit of time to get out. I think they've got a courtesy bus takes you out onto the ground.
Good crowd today, though.
It's a very good crowd.
Hey, Gavin's my name.
Yeah, there's plenty in. Always is when Cessnock play Maitland. And I would have thought anyone that saw Maitland's game last week would think they're worth coming to watch.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
as I said, they showed plenty of character.
All right,
but now we're getting the very traditional handshake.
That's it,
this is a fairly new innovation in the real NRL.
Win rugby league in general.
Yes.
Apart from the big games.
Apart from the under sevens.
Yeah.
Anyway, fair enough. The triumphant reserve grade sider
Give me a check again,
coming
please.
back up the tunnel. And now, at last,
Geez, you're even
we're ready to go.
Boys, we stay on side for the kick, please.
Cessnock in what I'm describing as the Vegemite omelette jersey, with the black and gold and white all mashed in together. It's not pleasant on a play-by-play commentator's eyes, I can tell you right now, because it's very hard.
Aesthetically, either.
Yes. Well, it's very hard to pick the numbers out, which is a bit of a problem.
Dave,
but
you're right.
such is life.
All right, here we
These
go,
are the
boys.
things we have to deal with, and we're away. Round 2, Maitland versus Cessnock at Maitland, and the kick's away and it's out on the full. Well, that's something of a start.
Just wait.
So Maitland would start with a penalty on halfway, and I think they're just going to line their forwards up here. It's going to be big Pat Robards going to take it up on the first hit up of the game.
One.
Well and truly.
Move. Hold it. Hold. Go.
The way they go now to Billy Towers is always eager for work. Pretty slow out of the play of the ball so far. That's the start of their Dion Briggs. And they're already up 20.
Move.
Decent place to start the game from.
Go.
Towers gets his second use. Dummies to Robards. Goes
Play on,
himself.
play
Gives it
on.
to Robards. Oh, lovely play.
Play on.
And now they've given it back. That's going to be a try to the posts.
Oh, too easy.
Jared Smith. Jared Smith from Maitland. In the 9.
Fantastic run there from Billy Towers to pop the ball back to Robards. A few good offloads there, and then Robards into the try scorer.
Well, there are a few things more dangerous in rugby league than forwards who can pass the ball. And Billy Towers, he carted that up, took a couple with him, then got it back inside to Robards, and it was all on. And then Robards had the sense to get the ball away. Marvellous play there from Maitland. 4-0
Perfect
inside
start.
the first minute and a half.
Please, mate. Thanks, Woody. Cheers. Yes, please.
So, as you can hear the very exuberant Maitland reserve grade side. I don't know if that's coming through, but you get their thumping away in the change rooms here as Cade Hardy's about to take this kick. His last one went pretty well last week. His goal kicking was the difference in last week's game, and he's off to a good start here, although that was never really in doubt. Maitland 6, Cessnock 0 after 2 minutes. What a start. So let's try this kick-off again, shall we?
Behind the line. Behind.
And away we go again. This one's got a bit more depth on it rather than width. And back they come with Dion Briggs. Maitland's forward. So far.
Hold square. Go.
Now look away to Towers again. He's had the ball 3
8,
times already in
10
the
metres
first
this
minute,
time.
2.5 minutes.
Hold here. Hold. Go.
And now Robarts. And we noted last week he played 50 minutes uninterrupted in the front row, which you don't see very often.
9 hold!
And
9 hold!
did a job in the last 10.
Ball, Pat.
Now away they go. Here's Louisi.
4! Up!
He's got the skill of a 5'8" and the size of a forward.
You can't go any further than that, play the ball.
And that's the 12. That's Jaden Rosberg.
Last tackle! Hold here. Hold here.
A slightly more manageable set for Cessnock. That's the way it comes. He's going to be, I think that's Waitford, the captain, who's going to put this up in the sky. And set a bit of a challenge there for Brandon Williams.
Run!
And he copped a challenge there. Brandon Williams from Soper Lawler. And now Cessnock can bring it back with Connolly. And it's their first touch of the ball. 3.5 minutes into the game.
Up, up! Hold! Go.
And that's young Woodbury from the other side of the field getting involved.
Fly! Release!
Cessnock getting
Square! Go.
Stevens into dummy half. That looks like Ali Fatah.
4 tackles! Up! Paddy Road! Go.
And now here's Brendan Hallat.
5 and last! Move! 9, 12, you're off. 12.
Going to go wide here. The
Kicker's clear.
new 5'8", Willie Hetta, puts the kick downfield. It's well taken there by, well, it looks like the 2 there, Cade Hardy.
Tackle 1! Up!
It'll be
Hold!
an interesting battle between
Go.
the halves. I can't think of 2 better sets of halves in the competition in
Stone!
Hetta.
Release!
And then
Extra
also
step, extra step.
Luisi
Thank
and
you.
Tyler Perrin for the Pickers.
Fly, release!
Very, very good sets of halves. And I can't think of 2
No,
better
not
sets in the
square!
competition.
Well, it was said last week that even though they met on about Thursday,
Hold
they
here.
worked pretty well together against West.
Go.
So
Second mark!
here's Robards again.
Good now.
Gives it away to Rosberg. He bumps away from one.
Last run! Hold here! Go.
And he's going to be
Kick up.
Louisi for the kick. He's going to chuck it up in the
Don't
sky
know,
again.
Pat.
I think this one's going to be for the fullback though, Holland. Yeah, takes it well enough. And he can weave his way back here.
Tackle
Cessnock
1!
start
Move!
nearly
Hold
40 metres out from
Go.
their own line. And Joe Woodbury.
No
getting it well.
tackles!
He's
Let
second.
go! Here's 10.
Now Connolly. He'll take it over halfway. He looks like he's
Hey,
got
here's 10!
a bit far.
Here's
He's
10!
got tape around his head. He looks like he's
You
running a
locked him
swim.
in, Geordie!
But he's brought it back well there. There's Brendan Hallat again.
4! Up! Here's 10. Locked in. Second marker, 2 deep, 8! 8! 8!
He's foreign. Back inside. There's a penalty.
2 deep, second marker.
Just up
number
inside
8.
the 10 there. And so Cessnock will get a chance to press here. And Hetter's going to give it away to Mark White. This is his first touch of the game.
Tackle 1!
And they'll look left. There's going to be another penalty. They're going to say it was knocked out.
When you stand, we get a hand.
The ball did
there.
come spewing out like someone had put a hand on it.
That's
So
it.
Cessnock will start again. No thoughts of taking the 2. That's good to see. Here goes Brendan Hallat.
Tackle 1. Just now.
Now they can put something on. In only the 7th minute of the game. They bypass White. They go out to Foran. Now to Hetta. Here's Metcalf. Metcalf stepping.
Up.
And he's bowled over again. There was a chance of a 3rd penalty on
Just
the trot
stand
there.
up, don't
Now a
put it
short
forward
ball.
yourself.
And they're going to have a go from close range. I think he might have got there, Dan
there, I think,
Metcalf. Yeah, he has. They're going to give it. They certainly are. Well, simple rugby league that. Dummy half, off to the prop on the charge. Try
was on
next to
your
the
knee,
post.
then he got it down.
Not surprising, giving back-to-back penalties, and they started that original set from the 40-metre line, so they're in very good position, and then to just piggyback and 2 times, it's not surprising to just barge over like that. It's quite easy.
Good strength from close range. Maitland forwards will probably still be disappointed to let one in that way. But I mean, Cessnock
Thank you.
have avenged that first minute try. 6-4 with a kick to come.
Yeah, 2 pretty, not too
Lucky that way.
fantastically constructed tries, but just 2 individual bits of brilliance, I guess, more from Billy Towers at one end, and then just a good show of strength there. But neither side's shown, I think, as much attacking flair as we saw last week in Maitland, willing to chuck the ball around a bit, but still within the 10 minutes, so still hope for that.
Well, a relatively unsurprising conversion there from Willie Hetta. 6-all. Well placed. Well placed match. And much like last week, both sides showing a willingness to use the ball a little bit.
First kick off, boys. Make sure we stay behind the line. Stay on. Stay on side.
So away we go again. And this one's down to Lamb forward, and he's given it to Mark White, who, as he's been doing for about 10 years,
Oh!
vigour.
Rice!
And he's worked over the tackle there.
You shorten 10 metres.
Maitland doing a lot of work late in the ruck,
Go! Rice!
trying to slow the play the ball down.
Go.
Foran gives it away. That's Fatah. He's got through a bit of work early.
Release now! Hold. Second marker deep. Billy! Billy! Billy!
That'll be Brendan Hladd.
Run 10!
Plenty of
There's
ground
four!
early.
Up! No, he just has to get on side.
And the early kick from Brett
And he has
Stevens.
to push that closer. He must get
And
closer.
it's going to run. Going to run over the dead ball line. But plenty of encouragement for the forwards there. They took a lot of metres off them in not many tackles.
Yeah, rolled right through him there. A couple of very good hit-ups. Yeah, it's quite easy. Got over the advantage line there.
0.
And
0!
from that
Move! Hold here. Hold here. Kill. Go. 0.
So he's down, Nick. Scored 2 last week. Very powerful runner out right. Oh, and they picked him up and twisted him around. I don't like that when they do that. And neither did the referee. It's a penalty to Maitland.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
on down Nico last week. Him and Luisi were very, very dangerous on coming through on the left there. He broke through a few times, and I think both tries he scored were from Luisi back inside to him, and he was just breaking free.
Yeah, that's right. The back
Half
inside,
kick.
that was the thing. Now he's going to take the tap and give it away to Roseberg.
Tackle 1. Up! Don't strike out!
From inside,
Get up!
from inside the
10 metres.
Cessnock half. Here's Robards. Away to Briggs.
I've got him, Brendan. I don't need you to do it with it. 2. Up. Go.
And we'll get to the double in a minute. Here goes Perrin out the back to Wadeford. Wadeford gives it away there to Hardy.
3. Up.
What did you have, Matthew?
Go.
No luck.
No luck? Yeah,
No luck
okay.
at all.
Here's Perrin away to Briggs. Gets the ball away to Robards. Out the back to Louisi. Down Nickow's got a bit of space to come at them here. But he was faced with a wall.
4.
There's not a much you could do there.
Hold here.
But they're
Go.
getting it from one side of the field to the other. Down the short. Here's Louisi. Good ball. That'd be Soper Lawler. He's going to step inside. He's powerful enough to get past one tackle. And he's still got the ball. But it's been taken off him there by Connolly on the near side.
I
I didn't get double either, by the way. I had 13 and 13. I don't know if Bossy's here today. Pork knuckle,
No
like it was.
pork knuckle,
No,
no,
not like at
unfortunately.
Charlestown. But, you know, these things happen. And so Cessnock bringing it away. A bit of a scare there on the far side. Louisi loves that out to the wing.
Let go.
Nearly
2.
opened them up again. Now there's a bit of stench. Hello. It's a penalty to Cessnock. There's been a few in this game. I reckon that's at least the third Cessnock have had.
It'll be the 4th or 5th penalty of the game, because I think
Yep.
Maitland have got 1 or 2. But Luisi on the left, very, very, very dangerous.
I've seen him go. No, that's not
He,
true. It's in the after score.
Yeah, he's certainly showing his class. He showed his class in that first game.
That's the way I've deemed it.
So the kick for touch is good enough. Taken very skillfully down there by the,
By the 17.
Reed Hugo, the
it.
17.
It's jamming.
For Cessnock. Now Sean Metcalf. His brother's on the
1.
top scorers list already. Here's Stevens out of dummy half. Giving it to his brother Dan Metcalf. And that was a good charge. That was a beauty.
Go.
2 runs so far, both very strong. Now out the back they go. Foran gave it to Holland. Holland gave it out there to Edwards. And he's kept it alive for Woodbury.
Release.
Going from sideline to sideline, both teams early in this game. Here's Foran. Turns it back inside to Hladd. He's just going to have a go. He's only a metre away. They're setting out to the back here. Foran setting up again. They've got a full back line to the right. That's Heta. He's got Holland. Holland's going to try and use Connolly. Connolly's going to score. Oh no, he isn't. Hang on. No, it's a knock on.
Yeah, bump
He was
ball.
heading over towards the corner flag, and the ball came spitting out.
Yeah, Foran doing a lot of just keeping an eye on him, doing a lot of talking. Very, very good
was. I
generally,
said he's in the
directing
after
guys
try.
around during that set. But
He's
yeah,
going
they.
down to go over for a try.
I think he might have had it if he.
He's going down in the
hold
act,
the
mate,
ball. I
scoring.
think he wasn't going to get bungled over into touch.
Yeah, it was well worked though.
Just so far,
Willie
first
Heta
boys,
seems to
back rows
be
first.
the one doing
Stand up.
most of the late in the
Because I need
tackle
to get
count
down
stuff.
and close your
Foran
lock.
doing most of the
Lock in.
organising so far.
Let's go.
but it's all working pretty well. 6-all Cessnock and Maitland here. Maitland with the early try. Cessnock probably with the better of it since then.
Who's 10?
And Maitland bringing it away from their own half. I reckon be a substitute. I reckon that's number 16, Howie Grant, under the beard, bringing the ball forward.
And again, I think he's doubled as being the biggest human and the biggest beard on the field.
I think
2 weeks running.
You know what? I think he's going to take that title more weeks than he's not. He's Dion Briggs.
Oh, movement! Who's 10? Go.
Dummy to Robards there, and Smith's opened them up, and he's got Towers for company.
Last! Up!
Last tackle. And it'll be Louisi again. He's done, I think, all of the kicking so far today. This one, it's going to bounce before it goes in.
Careful there. I think that might have just been inside the 40 when he kicked that.
Yeah, I was ready to say it's going to go out on the full, but it did just dip inside and bounce down.
Go!
Brendan Williams picked it up and went. Now again, Joe Woodbury coming in from his wing, keen to have the ball.
2 tackles.
He's up quickly and
Time
playing
off.
it, but he's
Go
off
back
the
to
mark,
where you were
apparently.
tackled.
Slightly pedantic.
Right, pick it up.
It's gone back to
2.
the exact same place to play it. Anyway, that might be Kerrod Holland with the ball.
3.
Into the line.
Move!
Slightly slower set this one for Cessnock.
Must get quicker than that. 4. Movement now! Who's 10? Go.
And now he is foreign on his left foot.
Foot.
He jammed that one downfield. It's not a bad kick though. And Kate Hardy's going to bring it back.
Good hit. Tackle 1. Movement! Who's 10? Hold here.
And so it's that stage of the game now. They're just having a bit of a wrestle. And that'll be Lacey.
Hold here. Go. 3.
Good charge
Nice.
from Robards, and Mark White came flying up out of the line to chop him down. And now here's Briggs. They're getting a bit of a roll on here. Forwards rolling onto the ball.
4. Movement!
Louisi's poised behind the play of the ball. Perrin's over on the right, but it goes to Towers instead.
Oh, 5!
Last tackle.
Go.
They'll look to Perrin this time.
Give 10 here.
That one's to the sky. That's got a bit of spin on it. And it's going to be taken pretty well in the end over there by Brendan Williams. And he'll swivel out of one tackle and head towards the touchline.
Mark square! Get up. Go.
Now Geordie Connolly nearly scored earlier over on the corner.
We've got a stray headgear on the field.
Oh, that's never good to see. Who do you suppose?
I think it might have been Billy Towers.
Yeah, in the white honeycomb. You're right.
Interestingly, I'm noting that the Maitland captain Waitford is actually not defending at fullback a few times. I think he might be up in the line.
I think you're quite right. Kate Hardy's at fullback in defence.
Last tackle.
And Waitford is, I think, 2 in from the wing. And that's the way they go. Foreman puts that little kick in. Hardy's back there. And he takes it. Lets it run. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Hardy's defending, Waitford, pardon me, is defending a couple in from the wing. When Maitland haven't got the ball. So back they come with Rosberg. Cessnock has made a change. Dan Metcalf's come off.
Go.
Just trying to spot the number out there. I think it's 16 that's come on. And that's a knock on. So Sam Apthorpe's on the field. And his first job will be to pack into a scrum.
Scrum here. I back set first ball. Down.
Maitland have made a couple of changes as well, man.
Yeah, it looks like the 9 Jared Smith and the 8 Dion Briggs have come off. We'll have to spot who's gone onto the field for them.
Might be a bit easier when they break out.
Yeah, I would say Luke Clydesdale would have come on for the 9 to go into.
Oh dear. Well, Sean Metcalf.
Yeah. I think that's a justified response. It's,
Dear. Well, these things happen. Look, it's very easy to be sitting up here in our ivory grandstand up here in the
members area
in the Dransfield Pavilion and say, how did he drop that? But we're not facing down 13 really big blokes wanting to tackle us. So
no, not at all.
It's very easy.
I said the ball's okay, mate.
So
Bind each other back,
back another
throwers.
scrum.
France, we haven't got the pack set yet. Wait, next time. Head down, head down. Bind it, Kerrod. Bind it.
18 minutes in. It's a good tussle. Both sets of forwards putting in. And that was down Nickow.
Up! Hold here.
Again, very slow play the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Clydesdale's gone into the hooker position for Jared Smith.
Yep.
Hold. Go.
That's him. He gets the ball now. He looked to the right, went to the left.
3. Up! Hold here.
He got fairly belted there by Metcalf and Apthorpe though.
Killing
4 tackles.
I think he's the 19 for Dean Briggs.
4.
Here's Clydesdale. That might have been forward that pass, but they play on. It's
Last
Billy
tackle,
Towers,
5.
still without the headgear, it would appear.
Go.
Unless he threw it off in disgust or something. Here's Perrin with the kick. And Woodbury's got some company, and he took it very well. I think Lacey.
Up! Not held earlier. Hold here. Go. 2.
And Cessnock can settle and bring
Hold
it
here.
back.
Go.
Cessnock
3 tackles.
more
Move!
of it in the
Marcus,
forwards.
lock in. Hold
Maitland
here.
have still got a threat when they get up that end of the
Get a
field.
foot to the ball when you play it.
Here's Brendan Hallat.
4. Up! Hold here.
The penalty. The play the balls have been very slow.
Roll aside. You don't go over the top.
Yeah, Maitland have really piggybacked Cessnock down the field a few
This
times
penalty.
now with a lot of penalties. It has to be said. 5 or 6 now.
16. Get a foot when you play
on
it.
Cessnock's way, but yeah, just a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. No, nothing really. Neither side really
Pat Robarts, you must get a foot when you
looking
play the ball.
to break the flow of the game too much. Just, but it's been a high quality affair. The 20 minutes.
They're the penalties that hurt, aren't they? When you
Run!
a couple of tackles in, a third of the way up the field and you give a penalty away. Makes life very difficult now. There's another knock on. It's Mark White this time over on the far
Wrap
side.
him around first. All bets are off.
And set another scrum.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine Noel Dent's very happy with Maitland's discipline at the moment, giving away so many penalties. But equally, I think Barney Miller's not going to be very happy with the ball control of Cessnock in these last 3 or 4 sets. It's they've spilt two lots of sets just off the first or second tackle, and quite easy balls too.
Yeah, that's right. Now away come Maitland. They're again in a good position to set something up.
There's 10.
Louise's into dummy half, suggesting he might be scheming something. And there's Rosberg.
3 tackles. Nice! Fucking hell! Go.
And Robards. He gets it away there. I think that's the 14.
I think that might be killing.
No, it might be Killen. Yeah, you are right. Now here's Perrin away to Towers. Towers out there to Lacey. Lacey's
suspect
past
ball.
one. Yeah, it was a bit.
Up!
But the caravan moves on. 15 metres out here. A few blockers here. Perrin. Now Clydesdale.
Last. Release!
And they're setting up to the right. The backs are lined up here with Louisi, and he's going a long way to the line here, and he turns it back inside, and Waitford will score. He had to. Well, Louisi just had too much time. He could have made a cup of tea before he passed that.
Yeah, too very easy. I think all the Cessnock players there were expecting the ball to go up or a big sweeping backline movement, but he very similar to what he did last week with down a cow, and had Waitford running back in on the opposite line, and yeah, just too big and strong. I think so close to the line, but yeah, so much time Louisi had there.
Well, I don't know if that was the plan, but they waited on him, and he just kept taking ground off them. And by the time Waitford got onto the pass, Cessnock were pretty flat. So Maitland, as I said, they've had a bit of threat close to the line, and they lead 10-6 here with a kick to come.
Well, certainly Cessnock have had all the field position for that last probably 10 to 15 minutes, and yeah, Maitland first opportunity down there since they scored in the opening minute and a half, and they've made Cessnock pay, and I'd say this would go out to 12-6.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Be surprised if he missed this. Mark White's come from the field.
Goal.
Oh, well, you see, you nearly put the boz on him. That went in off the post. 3 yards to the left of the post, and he's hit the upright. There you go.
Oh, look, they all count, as long as it goes through.
That's right. So 12-6 to Maitland with
Onside
17 minutes to
chasers!
go. And away they go off the kickoff. So Maitland are away here. It's Sopalola. He's got a bit of help. It's down Nickhow, and they're going to run away and score straight off the kickoff. Well. Never mind attacking threat in the other half of the field. Attacking threat from anywhere. Me.
Hasn't that changed the complexion of the game?
Never mind the complexion. Well, off the kickoff, down the short side. Cessnock weren't aware to it. And now they've got a problem because it's 16-6. And the spread off the kickoff. And good backup play. They must have, obviously all the Maitland players knew it was on because Down Nickhow was bright enough to be there on the inside when the break was made. And he still had plenty to do when he took the pass. Had enough pace to get past them. 16-6, dear oh dear.
Yeah, Maitland done well here. They've had a lot of sets on their line that they've had to defend, and you take your chance once, and they've come through with essentially 2 tries out of that last try they got. That was fantastic play down there to get the break on off the kickoff. And yeah, down the cow, he certainly has a lot of speed.
Yeah, you don't see it very often, that sort of thing. Lacey, Hardy. Let's see if he can
Bring another bottle.
put this one over.
That's got no water.
15 minutes to go here. With 17 minutes to go, it was 6-all. And this one, bizarrely enough, is much straighter. Went over a lot more comfortably than the one from just to the left of the post. 18-6, Maitland lead it. 18-6.
Onside,
Cessnock.
boys, stay on.
They've got a bit of work to do here.
Stay on.
So away they go again. Are they going to spread it again? No, I think Robards is going to be the man this time.
One. Movement. Pat Robards.
Typical Verve.
Better.
Now there's Towers, who seems to have ditched the headgear for
Go. Release. Go.
I don't know if that was planned, but he's got rid of it.
Well, it certainly changed their fortune around.
Well,
hasn't it?
maybe this is it.
Sorry.
Maybe this is the magic.
Release.
Lose the headgear, and all of a sudden it's raining tries. Now that was killing, and that's Grant.
9. Clear him quickly.
And Maitland moving up the field.
Go. Yeah.
And now there's the kick from Clydesdale. That's a good one. It just turns them around. And Holland picked it up a yard out from his own line in the corner. Not much he can do from there.
Knuckle one. Markers. Go.
And now Woodbury. He's been eager to take it up. He's done it again there.
Release.
Good run.
Go.
And Cessnock.
3. Release.
In fact, they've made ground every time they've had the ball. They've just struggled to hang on to it. Here's Connolly finding himself at dummy half and doing a bit with it. And now they go through 4 and over there to Edwards.
Tackles. Up. Go.
And here's Stevens. And he'll take the ball and look for a pass.
Last.
Goes down under the tackle.
Go.
Out the back to Heather. And that's got a bit of spin on it. Sopalola's under it. Does very well. Very accomplished.
Stow!
Substitutes.
Rice!
To repeat his 50-minute stint from last week. He's coming off for Dion Briggs. And
Sorry.
Howie
Get
Grant's
outside!
coming off for Lincoln Smith.
Go.
Meanwhile, the 14 for Cessnock, Cohen Kings lurking up the touchline, ready to come on when Cessnock get the ball.
Right where you are! Don't move forward!
Clydesdale over to the right. Here's Perrin.
It's the last tackle.
And
5.
that might be Roseberg over there in the headgear, or it might be Lincoln Smith. Yeah, Lincoln Smith. Now Perrin puts the kick in.
Liam Fawn.
And Holland. Well, he's taken a bit of ground off. Good run.
One.
And they'll start the set from the 30.
Here, 19! All right.
And here's Woodbury again, and this is what he wants, a bit of space and a bit of broken defence. And he's taken 20 minutes. That's a good run.
Release!
Cessnock backs making the ground at the moment. Now there's a forward.
3.
It's Brendan White.
Quickly!
Now the issue with Cessnock hasn't been their
Penalty?
ability to
Deliberately off.
produce a penalty from the
Get it on.
Maitland side, but also to make meters up the field, doing it at ease there.
Oh, he's marched him.
That's it when I
Yeah,
get it.
bit of gobbing off. Never a good idea. He's never going to change his decision, is he?
But
I made a blue there. It wasn't Brendan Hallett, it was Noah Easton, and this is Geordie Connolly. And he brings it back, and he's beat a tackler every time he's had the ball.
Run!
Cessnock really need to make this set of 6 count. They've had a lot of opportunities down here, and
That's
a few drop balls, but they're really capitalised now.
That's Hallad. Into dummy half goes the 14, Cohen King. Now here's Foran. Lovely ball over the top, and it's Edwards.
Go.
Try again here, Foran. He's got backs to his right. He looks for the 5'8" Heta, and the ball goes down. It was a difficult pass, and he was very close to the line. But Cessnock didn't make a great deal out of that.
But the last set of 6, that kind of thing, kind of typifies the game. A bit of ill discipline from the Maitland side, and unfortunately Cessnock coughing up the pill again.
I won't give you 2 ones. I'll give you 1. I'm not going to give you 2.
I hope you appreciate I'm being wonderfully impartial here. You know, no Cessnock bias, nothing.
I can.
Or are you detecting it?
I'm detecting it. I'm detecting it. It's not in your voice. It's in your body language. You're
okay.
steaming,
Slumped
yeah,
in the
slumped,
chair.
and look, they've shown plenty. Cessnock.
Yeah.
It's just ball control has been pretty horrendous so far. As I said, I think Barney Mill will be happy to get him in the sheds and read him the riot act.
I think that might be the case. Another scrum. Well, I hope they're not going to let him feed that. Dear, oh dear. Oh, he's on the wrong side. Loose head left. Whatever happened to loose head left? That's right, isn't it?
I hope so.
Well, he went round to the right.
Go.
It's outrageous. Now, here's Roseberg.
Oh! Up! Hold here. Go.
And Towers getting through a lot of work.
Straight.
Seems to losing the headgear. He's
10 metres.
doing even more work now.
Go.
Now here's that's the 8 there, Briggs.
Great at the line there from Briggs. Certainly got a bit of speed for a big man.
Yeah, that little bit of a step makes a difference. Has made a difference there as well. As they bring it up to halfway.
Hey! 11!
Maitland's forward starting to take some ground, and they're turning Cessnock around with these kicks. That was another good one down to Holland. They just keep stabbing it into the corner. And when you do that, you're really setting the challenge to the back 3.
Go. Yep.
This is Brett Stevens. Met very fiercely. Ball's come out there. It's going to be a penalty.
Ripped.
With a bit of dissent from the crowd.
Number 14. Clean that blood up. We've got an injury here.
And someone's going to get blood binned here, I think.
Stripped.
Carry on.
Might be Billy Towers. Is it? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is. It's
I was going to say, don't tell me he's got cut when he's taking his headgear off, but
well, it's almost like it would be ironic.
it would.
Confirmation. I think it looks like it's Billy Towers.
Yeah, well, sure enough, he takes his headgear off for 5 minutes and needs to get bandaged up.
In this position last week, eh? Same position, we've got plenty of time. Same position, happens here.
But to not go on like Phil Gould, the discipline of Maitland so far with some of these penalties they're giving
We'll
away
be over there with
it's probably what's keeping Cessnock in the game. Really, the Cessnock really only ever had the opportunity to go down and score due to a couple penalties, and the same reason they're getting down the field so easily because they're just dropping the ball at will at times. Cessnock.
Yeah, the penalties have been the killer, haven't they? You're right. They're giving Cessnock the chances. And if they were to take one here as we head towards half time, all of a sudden 18-12 or 18-10 doesn't sound too bad for Cessnock.
Let's go, fucking blow!
And that's the 15. Noah Easton, his second carry.
Tackle 1. Up! No.
Cohen King's into dummy half. And it's gone down again. I think it was Brendan Halad this time. Yeah. And the Cessnock crowd starting to get a bit exasperated. There's plenty of Cessnock people here.
Movement!
It's a serene,
Here's 10.
a serene
10.
25-minute drive from Cessnock to Maitland.
It's 2.
You'd be mad if he didn't make it.
We won that! Well done!
Go.
And here's Billy Towers, who I used to use his headgear to spot him. I'm now using the bandage on his head.
Very, very.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for that. And suddenly Maitland have got a penalty, and the old ironic cheer goes up.
Bit of a role reversal. Let's see
Yeah.
if they spill it up this time now.
Jet!
Well, Louise, he's going to try and plonk this into touch.
But Dion Briggs has looked good since he's come back on. He's very quick and he's got very good feet at the line. Very good feet at the lines, making it very dangerous for the Cessnock guys.
Here's Jaden Rosberg.
Go.
That's Killen.
Go. Move!
They're trying something on here. He just held on to that Rosberg, and then it was good hands
3
from
tackles.
Briggs.
Up!
And Towers held onto it, and they've got them set out to the right here, and it's comes back inside to Perrin, over to Louisi on the left. This is good play. Rosberg with his third touch in the set, and he's going. He tried to get a pass away. He did get a pass away. It might have been forward, but it's under the posts for Steve Waitford. The linesmen don't move. The referee whistles for a try. Well, there you go. The inside ball, and Waitford, he looked like he'd come off the back fence to get on the end of it. And he was never going to get stopped from there. 22-6 with a kick to come.
But again, setting up here from Luisi to the left, going back into the 12, I think, in Rosberg, and then Rosberg being able to find a fantastic spin away from a couple, and then get the offload out to a flying Waitford. It has to be said, the captain absolutely flew, and that gives him his second try, and well, puts Maitland well ahead coming into the break, and it probably hasn't been that kind of game. It's been much closer than the 24-6. Well, what we think will be a 24-6 scoreline at half time will suggest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Maitland haven't really had any more ball than Cessnock. They certainly haven't had the better of the refereeing, but when they've had it, they've held on to it. It's a pretty simple game, and Cade Hardy now can make it 24-6 with still 6 minutes to go. And even if you're expecting Maitland to win this game, I don't think many people would have expected this.
Yeah, it just shows you how even the comp this season is going to be. I think the sides that have struggled in previous years, like Lakes, have made some good signings in Murray and Jake Finn and the likes of those players. But then you look at the result last week and how close the Central was, and then obviously Cessnock put a pretty comfortable win over the reigning premiers in West. It's going to be very hard to pick for the rest of the season. Some of these games, there's not much separating the sides.
No. Now Dan Metcalf's come onto the field for Alec Fatter.
Stay on side.
And that's the 5th sub made by Cessnock. And Maitland will start again here. And it's Dan Killen. Well, there's still 5 minutes to go here. Another penalty or something like that, they can open it right up. And that looks like Briggs.
2 tackles. Up!
Or it might be, yeah, it is, it's Briggs. And now here's Tyler Carter.
Right! Let's see.
And over there to Louisi. And there's down Nick Howe, and it's been spilt. And Brendan Williams will pick it up.
Go.
And Cessnock get another chance. They've had enough ball down this end of the field to score points.
Hold him. Go.
Now they go to the left. Here's Foran. That was a stiff tackle there. I think that might be the 17, Reed Hugo, on the end of that. Now here's Metcalf. And he gets it out the back. Here they come. Sean Metcalf now. He's got Connolly for company. He's also got the 5. It's Brendan Williams back inside to Metcalf. Over the top to Connolly. He goes down under the tackle. He's still trying to get it away.
3 tackles. 3.
And they can work all the way to the left now. Hector's in at first receiver. He goes out wide to Foran. Foran dummies, goes himself, and he goes down under the tackle. Still got a couple of tackles here, and it's going to be it's going to be a run here from Cohen King, and I think he might have got it down. I think he has. Yep. Well, Maitland, after all of that defending of some of the better attacking players, they've let one in from dummy half. It's I think it's the 14 that scored at Cohen King, getting out from dummy half and scoring next to the post.
Yeah, too easy. They it certainly hasn't been the halves that I thought would dictate the game for Cessnock, but it's been just a couple of soft tries really of just guys barging over from close range. Metcalf for the first try for Cessnock, and then obviously Cohen King there. But look, it's definitely needed. Understatement to say that was needed before half time. At least gets them back within striking distance in the second half.
You're right there, mate. Thank you.
And it should let them know that if they can get down there and hang on to the ball, Maitland's defence might not be that resolute in the middle of the park. So Willie Hetter's going to try this second kick. His second attempt at conversion. 24-10. There's about 3 minutes to go. Kick goes over. No problems there.
Hi.
So there'll be about 2 minutes left by the time this kickoff's taken. They're certainly taking their time staggering back. Surely the referee has to give them the hurry up eventually here.
Stay onside for the kick on the line.
But I don't necessarily know if it's the best start. Maitland are trying to slow the game down already. Away they come with the big 16. I think that's... no, it might be 15. No, bringing the ball back.
Go.
And there's about 1:40 left in the game. Or at least in the first half of the game. The scoreline probably still doesn't reflect the contest as a whole, but it does reflect who's taken their chances better. And this is a good run from Brendan Halad.
Here's 10.
And they're going to still doing something here, Connolly, and he gets a nice ball inside to Foran who spills it.
Accidental offside.
Well, they were going to try and work something, but the ball goes to ground, and Maitland, if they feel inclined to pack the scrum...
Well, I hope so in a minute.
Well, 1:10, yeah. No guarantees. But if they feel minded to pack the scrum, they might get a handful of tackles here.
Let's go.
From the halfway line.
And they'd like their chances too, Maitland. They've busted the Cessnock defence so quite easily on a number of times.
So here they go. Here's Louisi, and he's going to try something. So they are going to try and put something on here. 45 seconds to go. The ground announcer's got the world's loudest half-time siren here ready to go.
Which we're benefit of seeing next.
We're a good spit away from. Now here's Dion Briggs up to the third. There's time if they've got something, if they can produce something here. Clydesdale. And that's a way to kill them. The Maitland fans, they've got blood in their nostrils. They want to see another try here, and they're going to try it. Here's they're looking for Waitford. They go down under the tackle. And there's one play left. It's Clydesdale, and he goes to the right to Perrin, and they're going to try the little kick. It was good enough last week, and up they go. And Woodbury's very good under there. That's the second good take he's had over on that side of the field under the bomb. They've been really good contests both times, and with one less eardrum than I had a moment ago, that's half time.
Thank you.
A very entertaining half. 24-12, Maitland lead it. Matt, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think good contest. Score doesn't really reflect the contest. I think Barney Miller will be saying hold on to the ball. I think Noel Den will be saying stop giving away so many penalties. And very fascinating contest, I think, in the second half, because I think Cessnock busted Maitland a few times close to the line. Maitland didn't have so many chances but converted every one, so it'll be fascinating next 40 minutes.
Now, the tries in the first half were scored by Steve Waitford got one.
Two.
He got two, pardon me. Time Down Nicky got one. And so did the 9 Jared Smith. Kate Hardy kicked all of his 4 goals. The tries for Cessnock were from Dan Metcalf and also Cohen King. Willie Hetter scored both of his goals, kicked both of his goals, pardon me. So it's 24-12, Maitland with a decent lead at half-time, but there is plenty left in this game. and we'll be back in a few minutes' time to bring you the second half.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.
Not very roomy, is it?
Well, we're back for the second half here at Maitland Sports Ground
I could do with more
after
than
a
one.
highly entertaining and somewhat surprising first half. Maitland lead at 24-12. Cessnock seemed fairly intent on making sure they didn't have the ball. But Maitland played well. That's not to be... The fact that Cessnock didn't hang on to it isn't to detract from the fact that Maitland used the ball very well and scored some very good tries.
Can I just say the highlight of this game is so far we're getting a bit of talking heads as the players walk out. It's something new for that David. They've changed it.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Well, I'll tell you what's not a highlight. In the good old days here at Maitland, they used to have a tug. I think I mentioned this last week. They used to have a tug of war out on the field. They'd take a rope out there and let any kid who was out on the ground get on an end. And on one famous day, the cheer girls, as they were then, the Picarettes, who were sort of about a 12-year-old dance group, beat the under-11s, the under-11 kids boys team in a tug of war, to the adulation of the crowd, obviously.
That's fantastic. They're disappointing. Last week we had the
Fashions in the field.
Fashions of the field. What was the best?
Smart casual, yeah.
And this week, we haven't had that kind of halftime entertainment. A few kids out there kicking a ball, but yeah, I'd love to see the tug of war.
Absolutely. Well, look out. The music's coming down. We're going to have some rugby league, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Another feature I was just talking to somebody about was the over when the players ran onto the field, they used to kick footballs over here onto the corner where all the kids would assemble, and it was like a fight to the death to get yourself a free ball. But they've knocked that on the head as well. But anyway, so it's all a bit no frills.
Stay outside!
Sausage sandwich.
Good sausage sandwich, good game. Look out.
All star.
Dear, oh dear. Well,
You haven't rushed a kick all game.
I think he just broke early there, did Cade Hardy, but we're away now. Cessnock's first half started with a kick out on the full.
Surrender!
Had a fair bit of drop ball after that.
Go.
They bring it away now. And that's Brendan Halad.
Stow! Rice!
And there's a good charge there from Dan Metcalf. He scored the first try and he's just laid on a good bit of movement back inside to Kerrod Holland. And after a couple of tackles, they're in a good position. That's a good inside ball. And away they go. And they've got men to the left and right. And they only need one of them. It's the 17. But he's dragged down. It's right. Hugo.
Let go. Get up. He's still got it.
There's a chance of a binning here if they don't slow him doon. Now he's foreign. And he had men outside him who can throw it. It's last tackle. Cohen King's in a dummy half. He gets it out the back there to Heta. Now here's Holland. They've got numbers if they want to use them. Connolly went through Metcalf's legs. And this might be the end of the tackle count if he can't get it away. Well, that was very unedifying indeed. They had the chance to slice them open. And from there, didn't do a lot with it.
All right.
Good play there for him back inside. Probably could have got it away out to the centre, but Yes, and then probably didn't get to their fifth tackle option as good as.
And now a penalty.
Roll
Don't make
reversal.
it look so obvious.
Yep. Maitland. They wore a pretty heavy penalty count last week, to be fair. I think it was something like the coach afterwards reckoned it was 13-4 against. But it's starting to square up here today, and Louisi's just launched that onto the hill.
Hold for the kick, boys. Here I am.
And Maitland are going to start from more than 40 metres out from their own line here. 12 points in front in the second.
Move!
And here's the late inclusion, Dan Killen.
Movement! Here,
Takes it into
you're in
Cessnock
front.
territory.
Go.
And using a bit of width early, parrying away to Smith. Very distinctive in that headband.
Go.
And now that was well, this is Nickow. That's down Nickow there. It was Dion who started that move.
I don't think Luisi was intending to get it. They're
No,
very
I don't think
flat-footed,
so
but not a bad result in the end. Down Cow made a few metres there and good
Now here's Louisi,
right foot step there.
and Clydesdale's going to fall on that.
5!
And it's last
Last
tackle.
one.
Now Louisi might be out of this, and he's going to go down the short side. Little kick from Waitford, but it was pretty gentle in the end and picked up by Holden pretty comfortably.
Release, Dave!
So
Mark
again,
square!
the set just lost its momentum there for Maitland. And Cessnock can bring it back. And he's foreign, looking to get a bit more involved. He didn't have that many touches in the first.
Nice!
Certainly didn't have a lot of touches at the end of the sets. And now they're out to that side of the field with the new man, Jared Edwards.
Oh! 4. Go.
And away they come. That might be Apthorpe there, bringing it back.
5 and last. Here's 10. Go.
And they avoid Metcalf, go at the back to Heta. And he kicks it straight at down Nickow. Couldn't have picked him out any better.
We must watch the kickers. I don't know what happened there. Run! Up!
Interesting to see down Nickow playing on the wing in defence and dropping back like that while Waitford's up in the line. But he took it back well.
Yeah, and certainly attacking in the centre three-quarter position.
Two.
Playing one in off the left there. But yeah, you're right there in defence. Playing at the back as a winger with Waitford up in the defensive line.
He's killing again.
Been good killing, the late inclusion. He's had a few strong runs. He's got through a fair bit of work. He came on pretty early in the first half, and he's done well.
Yeah, not only that, he's a good wrestler. Once he gets into the tackle and takes a few metres off them once the contact's been made.
And the Devil looks like he's coming off with a number 10 to come back on.
Yeah, that'll be Robards. Now they're moving the ball well. That's Billy Towers. He's got support to his right if he can get it away. He certainly wanted to.
Last!
And now they come away. Here's Louisi. Louisi's got Hardy with him, and Hardy gets over the 10. And it's last tackle. Well, that was all very disappointing again. The finishing's not been terrific to start the second half. And now a bit of pedantry. Back we come. Let's try again. Dan Metcalf.
1. Hold here. Go.
And 4, and they're going to spread it early. There's Heta and Sean Metcalf, and he bumps past one, and he's making plenty of ground here. He's up to the 40.
Go!
And they're using the football a bit more here in this second half. Now down the short side. That's Braden Williams, I think. Brendan Williams, sorry. I keep thinking of that bloke plays for Manly, Braden Willie Army.
Yeah.
Now here's Geordie Connolly.
4. Let go!
And they've got a bit of field position here if they can do something with it. Foreign out the back.
There's no defender taking
And that might be Noah Easton there who's gone down under that tackle.
Hold here. Go.
Foreign's into dummy half on last. And he just tried to jam that out. It's gone out on the full off a boot.
Strumming. And the floor will be a handover. Cessnock.
They're going to say not played up.
He moved his
Probably a
foot.
good call as well.
He just tried to jam that down the short side there.
Come on. That's
But the
ruling,
boot was in the way.
Mate, he moved his foot. That's what I've
Yeah, the fifth tackle options for Cessnock haven't been great. I think Maitland has probably been a bit better. I think they kick quite well with Luke Clydesdale coming out of dummy half. Put a few pretty smart little kicks in in towards the back end of the second half.
One.
Cessnock have got this back.
Move!
Well, okay.
No extra push.
Off play the ball too.
Are
I don't know how
they
that-
saying that Maitland kicked it down the full because it came off
Right,
the boot?
right.
I suppose they are.
But I don't know. I don't know if I like that
Well,
strict interpretation.
Yeah,
That black and white
Three.
legalistic.
I know that, but it seems to me that as they go wide here with Heta and now Holland, and he beats a couple of tackles, it seems to me that it should have been a scrum rather than a play the ball. Play the ball would indicate it was Maitland's last tackle, but anyway, it's read about in the paper tomorrow. Here's Heta, and he's got some help here, and it's a good tackle up high in the shadow of the post. In fact, it's such a good tackle they've lost the ball, and Towers has turned it inside, and away goes Waitford, and I don't think they'll catch him unless Edwards can do something about it, and he does. He grabs him by the shoulders and swings him down like a shearer, and they've got to look right and left here, and it might be Ryan Lacey. That looked like it was offside. The marker got across,
Go.
and now it's over to Towers, who spills it. Oh dear. Well, it can happen to anyone. There's no judgment here. But Maitland, they've had a couple of chances early on here. Both sides have, actually, to be fair.
Nice, boys.
Yeah, good. I thought Waitford was going to be
Just take him
home and
behind the
hose
back,
there. I thought you might just have a
Go
bit too
one
much
short in the
speed,
scrum.
but good tackle there from
Blood bin
Edwards.
behind
But,
play.
A few of the Cessnock boys were very, very slow to get back, and big chance. Probably luckily for them, big chance. The fact that Maitland dropped it because there was a big chance that a few of them were going to get
Take him off behind the back, please.
Yeah, that's
Behind
right.
the back.
Yeah, you're right.
Behind
yeah, they
play,
were
you
a
can
bit
go
slow
one
to get-
short in the scrum.
Now, there's a bit of a
Find in,
relay of
boys.
drink bottles here.
Find in. Find in.
The field's now
One
clear.
short. Up!
That scrum was formed without a lock. Actually locking in.
One.
That's okay.
Released!
We're not panicking about these things anymore in rugby league. And down the short side they go here, and it's the 14 for
No
Cessnock.
advantage! No
It
advantage!
looked like there was a bit of shepherd there. He went behind one of his own players, but they've allowed him to play on. Here's Geordie Connolly, and he wore one around the
Three.
chops. And they allow that to play on as well. It's anything goes here. He's foreign. He's dummied about 4 different directions there, giving it to Metcalf. That's Dan Metcalf. And they're going to the right here, and it's Sean Metcalf. He got it from Heta. And they're inside the 10.
Father last. Who's 10?
And a big line up to the right here. Heta to the left, pardon me. Heta's going to kick, and there's only one man out there. It's Joe Woodbury. He was good in defence, and he would have been good in attack too, but it was over his head.
Off Cessnock, hand over here.
Yeah, just a bit too much mustard on that one from Heta, but good
Too
idea.
much what? Sorry, mustard.
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 Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Fair enough.
Go.
And so the tape around the head belongs to
Tackle
Lincoln
one.
Smith.
Up.
Maitland come away with it.
Go.
Here's Billy Towers.
On that drop ball, I think
Release!
Towers has had a pretty good game. He's certainly got through a lot of work in.
If you want to move forward, you won't get anything.
Waitford.
Don't move forward. Stay
Robards.
where you are. Three.
Last week he was just finishing his shift at about this time of the game. He's been off and come back on again today. So they're not locked into any tactics just yet. That's Briggs. A bit high, was it? Across
He
the
did, but
shoulders
he still
at
hit him in the
best. But it's a penalty to Maitland.
Still hit him in the head.
I thought it might just come up a bit off the shoulder more than anything. Certainly flew up out of the line. Mark White.
Yeah, I think it was White. Yeah. So another launch into touch. It's hard. It must be difficult to know where the touch line is here because
Get off!
the touch line's so far away from the fence that it tests your depth perception.
Clean off.
And I think
You
it's
can't see the line.
and the thing with the field as well, it's got quite a curve.
It's
So it's
another
very hard to see. I agree with that. With the
another penalty here, so they'll get another chance to test their depth perception. I think someone's going to be called out here.
there's a ball, a road ball.
Might be some more blood.
You're picking for touch, mate.
Time back on.
Wait for the kick.
So Maitland start again. And it's Lincoln Smith. He's getting through a bit of work in the second half.
One.
And they're set out to the left. They've got both the front
Hand
rows
off the
queued
ball,
up. Briggs
14.
and Robards. It'll be Briggs. And he steps back inside.
Two.
And they're right under the post now.
Up.
It might be Robards this time to the left, or they've got backs to the right. They turn it inside to Robards, and he's just going to have a go. Oh, great pass to Clydesdale.
Sorry.
That was a great pass from down low from the big prop. Waitford, he'll go himself. He's going to get there. Well,
Easy.
well, it was fairly predictable. You saw him throw that big exaggerated dummy and then stepped back, and he was quick enough and strong enough to barge through and score the try.
Yeah, on the back of the pretty good sets of play for a fantastic ball from the 10 in Robards, the big prop and really good hands. I'm not sure who caught that, but and then Waitford just too big and too strong and fooled a few of the Cessnock defenders, but that gives him his hat trick.
It does, yeah, you're absolutely right.
And I think as well, from the game we watched last week, pretty quiet. Pretty quiet game he had in his first start.
Did I even look at this for that try? I can't remember.
But certainly has made an impact on this game today.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's what they got him for, and that's why they made him captain, I suppose. Cade Hardy's ready to take this kick. The first try was always going to be sort of set this game up. Either Maitland were going to kick away, or Cessnock were going to make a chase.
So
But Maitland are in the kick away position at the moment. It's about to be 30-12.
I was a little confused because I didn't think it was the kicker. I'm going, geez, that must have been very late. Goal.
30-12.
Certainly had an easy day with the boot. Kane Hardy, he hasn't had too many too far from the upright at all.
Well, he made it hard for him. He's obviously trying to challenge himself. He had that crossbar challenge attempt earlier on. But
Yeah, he tried to. Let's see if he can do the two. Has that been
oh,
done?
this one looks pretty deep. Oh no, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Robards brings it back. Plenty of
Tackle one.
plenty of vigour in that run.
Go.
Now Towers hasn't been off the field yet, I don't think, Billy Towers. And he spilled that one. Well, he's dropped one a moment ago. He's dropped another one now. Cessnock get a really good chance now. Centre field, 20 out. If they're going to start scoring some points and making a run of this 18-point deficit, now would be the time to do it.
Yeah, they really need to show something here. It's the time really ticking away quite. Before 15 minutes already gone of this half. A very, very quick scrum though. But they certainly need to get some points on the board.
Perhaps a signal of some intent. Sean Metcalf's over there on the right hand side. Goes down under the tackle. Hetter's jumped into dummy half. And that looks like the 13. Brendan Halad. And he beat the first tackle and wasn't far away there. And now they're going to bring it away. It's Cohen King in at dummy half. He doesn't go himself. He gives it to Foran, who holds it just barely. It was a slips catch off his own chest. Now they go right. And it's just going to be a run forward from Mark White. And he's not far away, you know. He's just boring straight towards the post pad. And then he's still twisting it, turning in there. Now, what have they got, Cessnock? What can these halves come up with? They've got Hector to the left, to the right, and they've got Foran to the left. And they go one way and then the other. And here's Hector with a bit of broken line. But he can't beat the first tackle. He does get it away, though. Connolly. And he always beats the first tackle, it seems. Now he's beaten the first two. And they're falling off a few, Maitland. King to Foran. They're looking for the pass, which was called forward. Jared Edwards went through untouched, but it was a forward pass. Yeah, there were some pretty pronounced appeals from around the ground for that one, including some experts in the Panowitz Pavilion who were in a terrible angle to judge on a
I was
forward
about
pass.
to say we're in a shocking angle to judge that, but didn't flood.
Tell you what, they've got better eyes than me, dear oh dear. But anyway, 30-12, Maitland lead. 25 minutes to go here. And Cessnock have thrown away another chance.
Move! Hold. Go.
Howie Grant is just prowling up the touchline, ready to come on.
Here and hold. Hold here.
And regained his title as the biggest man on the field.
He's doing very well in defence. He just really out-muscled Billy Towers there in the tackle.
On away they go, the dummy and go. And it's I think it's Waitford. And he's put the kick on it. He's got Lacey chasing, but it's going to be Kerrod Holland who picks it up. Then cops a shoulder charge from Waitford. But we said last week that Waitford couldn't get into the game against Central for long parts of it. He's got into it today. He certainly has. And that was a very clever little bit of play. And now Cessnock, 2 tackles in, haven't gone out of their own 10. And there's a bit of concern here for Joe Woodbury because he got quite awkwardly turned around there. He's limping out of there. And they're still camped on the 10 on 3rd tackle. Mark White, he'll get them going north-south. That's a great run. Takes about 12 metres off them.
Big herd of the Cessnock players just standing right behind the play ball here. I think a few tired bodies out there.
Yeah, they're rather camped on a 10-cent piece, aren't they?
5!
There's Brendan Ladd.
Go.
And they're going to need to kick from their own 30 here with Cohen King. It's taken pretty comfortably by Soper Lawler, and he's going to be back to the 40 almost before they started the set.
Here's 10. Here's 10. Not in front of me. Not in front. Go.
And now here's Howie Grant. He didn't have any trouble getting back there. He's just come on. Nice! Soper Lawler's going to run it again. There's a bit of space down there on the short side, and he comes back in.
Straight.
And now there's a penalty.
Forearm on head.
And
Forearm on head.
Maitland have got the sword ready here.
You wouldn't say it's been the most pure of games. There's been a lot of drop ball, a lot of penalties, and it's just been the difference has just been Maitland taking their chances. Every chance that's been given to Maitland, they've certainly capitalised on it. And certainly another one here where they can really push ahead and potentially push a very good score on Cessnock here.
Well, they're bringing it forward here. That was Tyler Carter, who's in his second stint on the field. Robards is lined up to the right, but they miss him and go to Perrin instead. And now here's Louisi. He's chopped down out of Redwood from Mark. They go back to Robards, but past him. And here's Carter, and they're looking good out here with Howie Grant, and he'll take a bit of stopping from that close to the line. He does go down.
Tackle.
And Clydesdale looking left and then right, goes all the way out the back to Perrin. He's going to try for Lacey, who's good under the high ball. So's Woodbury, but Lacey's better. And it's going to end up over the dead ball line. Lacey got up, got into the tangle, but couldn't bring it down and get it down. And so Cessnock can start again, but not before Pedantry. Pedantry rears its ugly head again. Here's Mark White. That one looked a bit high. Referee agrees. Good decision.
Easy.
And a bit of afters as well.
I'll tackle. So I didn't touch your head at all. I'll let it go next, mate.
Pretty hefty kick for touch too. They're up to halfway. A couple of changes here. The 17's just come off for Cessnock. That's Reed Hugo. So he's put in a good shift. And the 14, Cohen King, he's just come off as well. That's the 11, Alec Fatter. He's been off the field for a fair while. So he'll be primed. He's got a quick play the ball there. And that was offside for all money in the world. That marker wasn't anywhere near onside there. It's I think it's Tyler Perrin, the halfback. And Cessnock now are rolling up the field without having to face any contact. Couple of penalties in a row.
Go.
And Stevens gives it to Foran. Starting to get to the stage for Cessnock where with 20 minutes to go, something needs to happen. And 3 penalties in a row. Hello. Bit of stench.
A little bit of afters.
Yeah, more than a bit. More than a bit. It's all come to an end.
I think big chance of somebody from Maitland maybe going for 10 because 3 penalties back to back.
You'd have to think it's not often you see 3 penalties in a row, and they have basically been 3 penalties in about 4 tackles now. The sideline officials have come in. Incidentally, the touch judges today are Brendan Callender and Kylie Aylett. The referee is Gavin West. So that's who you're seeing having that little bit of a confab out there.
Surely no more than the riot act being read and that's it. I don't think.
Nah, you wouldn't think so, unless we miss something from up here. To be fair, we are watching the game from Talara, but now the captain comes out, and this will be the usual. Tell your players, knock it off. Oh no, this is the 8. This is Howie Grant. Pardon me, Dion Briggs.
Yeah, nothing more than
knock it off.
Knock it off again. I've always wondered what what the purpose of those are. Of course, they're going to have to knock it off. They're going to get sent off.
Dan Metcalf. Here's Stevens. That's a good ball to Fatter. And he
Tackle
tried to
one.
crawl his way over. And they're looking to Metcalf again here. There might have been a little knock on in there.
Very lucky
Referee's
there,
got the
very,
whistle to
very
his
lucky
mouth.
there.
You got
Doesn't
more
use
to
it.
it than you, Pat.
Fatter into dummy half. He's foreign. And now it's an inside ball to Connolly. It was
Sorry.
Heta who played that one.
Nice.
And they're heading for it here with Foreign, who's having some trouble with his footing today. Now here's Fatter. And now Heta. And he gives it away now to White. What's he doing out there? That might tell you something, but it's going to come down with it for Sopalorla for Maitland. They've turned it over. And now there's a bit of a run on. He's beaten about 4 tackles and gone about 15 metres.
0. Line him up.
All sideways. And so Cessnock blow it again. And Maitland can bring it away. And that's an ugly dumping tackle. Don't like to see them. And especially in the last 12 months, every time there's been a tackle like that, there's been gasps
2.
around the ground. And that one wasn't very nice at all. But no penalty. They play on.
Cessnock just don't look like they've posed too much danger on the line of Maitland. A few times
Right.
they just crashed over just through pure strength, but they just haven't really looked dangerous enough. They're not threatening the line.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of craft about them. I tell you what,
Nice.
there wasn't a lot of craft about that run there from Sebastian
It
Luisi.
was effective.
He just barged straight at them like a bull and
Met-
bounced off.
Met pretty well in a tackle there by a much smaller
Movement!
Foreign.
Yeah, that's right.
Certainly didn't let him just roll it right over the top of him because that
No.
Luisi's big player as well.
Now Tyler Carter just made a pretty strong charge, and now there's a bit of collision, and the referee, the linesman's got involved. He was prepared to let that go, but lineswoman Kylie Aylett, she wasn't,
Tackle 1. Just
and she's going to suggest that that Joe Woodbury obstructed Ryan Lacey here.
Yeah, that was my viewing of it. It looked pretty clear that he just went straight into
Off the line,
his line, not going for the ball. or
You
anything.
couldn't say that he stood his ground. You could see he sort of propped and then leant in and whack,
He's deliberately
dropped
taken
the
the player
shoulder
out.
into him. Lacey
So
went
penalty
down.
against Cessnock.
Holland took the ball pretty comfortably. Good position, if this is a penalty, for Maitland to take the 2 here.
But mate, the call is.
He's talking to Alec Fatter.
I'm looking at the challenge in the air. The touch is ruling the 2 for Cessnock. Has run a bloke off his line.
Certainly
all
is
right?
addressing
That's
down
gonna be a
here
penalty.
from the
Yeah.
ref.
Woodbury's protesting, but not to any effect. It's going to be a penalty. And Maitland here, if they
We're both looking at
choose,
two
will
different
have the
things,
chance
mate.
to
I'm
go
looking at the
20 in
challenge in
front
the
with only 18 and a half minutes to go.
And it doesn't look like they're going to either. Clydesdale.
Oh, well, okay. No, hang on, the coach might have got in their ear here.
Shot for goal.
Yeah, sure enough. Someone got the message out. I'm not usually a big fan of the two
However
of
far
taking
back you want.
the penalty goal, but I think you'd be mad not to at this stage. So Kate Hardy has another chance to kick.
Have a big super coach day.
He would. 5 goals so far.
Toughest of the day so far.
You can't
We've
run a
got,
bloke off the line. That was the call.
Not sure who's standing
You
there.
can't do that.
Metcalf or,
Yeah.
for Cessnock, about 8 metres
looks
away.
like-
Stay 10
Getting
metres.
closer.
He's
Stay
not like
10
those
metres.
people you see at the cricket
Stay
or the
10
football
metres.
who are on
Otherwise
the
you
phone
come
to
up with the
someone
ball
on the
there.
other side of the
Yeah,
ground
I'm
and
over
waving.
here, yeah.
Mate, look,
And it hasn't-
yes.
it hasn't-
No, it hasn't done
That
any
kick,
good.
I'm giving him a kick there.
Hardy was
Instead of
obviously a bit
discipline.
harder to distract. And
You're
it's
still
32
inside.
with 17 and a half minutes to go. So Cessnock now.
Well, they're going to have to go a bit silly, aren't they?
I
Just start
think you're
lobbing
getting
the ball about.
Yeah, I think it's going to start getting to that stage.
Stay on.
Pretty underwhelming performance here, Cessnock.
Very
so far.
disappointing.
This have not looked dangerous anywhere in the in Maitland's 20-metre line.
It does make you wonder about last week whether Maitland, oh, hang on, they've turned it over. And this is Liam Foran, I'm fairly sure. He's about a metre out. So if they could jag one here with Brett Stevens, and he's going to go himself, and he's going to burrow, and he's not far away. And now Foran's into dummy half. Feeds it short to Metcalf. He's barged past one. If he can get away, they'll be dangerous over on the right. And he does, and here's Heta. And it's brought back in field now. And Cessnock, couple of tackles in. They can build and try and start a bit of a comeback. Here's Connolly. And Stevens looking both ways. He's going to choose Foran here. And Foran's going to kick over to Woodbury, who is all on his own. And he scores. and Met, it went like a lead balloon around here. It was silence, but he was all on his own over on that side of the field was Joe Woodbury. And all he had to do, it was harder than it looked because he had to catch it and still turn and get over the line with a bit of attention, but he scored. That's the salient point, and it's 32-16 with a kick to come.
Inch perfect kicked as well. It wouldn't want to go any harder, any softer, because he had the presence of, I think, Kane Hardy on that side. But yeah, inch perfect kick, and yeah, it did a lot. It looked quite easy on the replay, but certainly had a lot to do from that position to be able just to push away from Kane Hardy, stay inside, and put the ball down.
Well, he's got a. He's pretty tall, and he showed that he's decent under the high ball in defence. But he got on the end of that one. We saw one go over his head earlier. That kick and goal from Willie Heta won't be going in
the same postcode.
Won't be going in the in his career highlights package. I think it's fair to say. But 32-16 with 15 minutes to go.
It certainly didn't get all of it.
Let me know when you're in position.
But look, it makes a quick try here in the next minute or two.
Let's go!
Certainly keeps Cessnock well within striking distance in that last 10 minutes. But
15 minutes for 3 tries. It's not a million miles away. Fortunately, we're not in that situation where the trouble at Maitland is that sometimes if the sun is prominent, it can block out the scoreboard because it's on that side of the field. But we don't have that problem today. It's nice and overcast, so we can see
beautiful viewing day.
Yes, that's right.
Hold here. Go.
And so Cessnock try and throw something at them again here. They got pretty lucky there to get that
goals
and that end
hold here.
Off the kickoff.
Go.
But there they've turned it over again. It's Ali Fatah. And Dion Briggs scoops it up and goes. And Maitland, again they can sink the slipper in here. Finish Cessnock off. Just as the comeback looked like it might be on. And here's Louisi, and he's dummying and gesturing and gives it inside to Down Nickow, who was rocked by a tackle there. Back on the inside. We've seen him do that a few times in the past fortnight. And now here's Rosberg, and he dummies and goes himself.
3 tackles.
And Smith goes short to Robards. He got belted there by Dan Metcalf. He got stopped very abruptly. And they're looking to the left, and Louisi's running it at the moment, and he's trying to do it himself. He's gone around, he's gone behind one. They might pull this back if he does go in.
5.
He might be over the touchline as well. No, it's last tackle. Only just, but it's last tackle. And he's in a little bit of trouble, I think.
Tackle 5.
It's Louisi. And there's a bit of concern here. He hasn't got up.
Yeah, did a lot of good work there. He certainly is a bit of a live wire for a big guy. Plenty of speed and a lot of flair in this game, Louis. He's been good again today.
Well, he's down here on the far side, over in the corner.
How do you think the goal winners are going today? Through your unbiased eyes.
I think there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
Desperate boys. They look very pretty.
That's fair to say.
Thinking back on the game, I can't even remember them getting a line break or look like threatening to bust through the line at all. The forwards definitely had the roll on in the first half and really got over the advantage line for that middle period between about the 30 and the 10 and the 30. And since then they just haven't looked like threatening to break the line or threatening the try line at all, while I think Maitland with Louisi and Waitford especially just really look quite dangerous and have made quite a few line breaks coming down from their own end.
Well, you do wonder about the form line. Western Suburbs, the premiers from last year, went down pretty heavily to Cessnock last week. You wonder if Cessnock just played better or if West aren't necessarily as strong as they might have been. Now, that's fallen for Cessnock, and there were a few hands involved in that, but Joe Woodbury's are the ones wrapped around the ball now. And there's a hint of penalty in the tackle. But away comes Cessnock. Time trickling away from them here. 15 minutes to go. 32-16 behind. There is still time if they can conjure something. Geordie Connolly, he continues to be elusive. He's played plenty of minutes today as well. Out there in the second row.
Go.
Now here's, that looks like Brendan Halad, and he spilled it. And so did Soper Lawler. And we'll have to have a scrum.
Yeah, tail of the Cessnock game, I think. Just when they look like they're just starting to get a few things happening, they've gone and made 2 pretty simple errors, and I think kind of crushed any hope of coming back in this game with 12 to go, 16 points to get. It's looking just it's slipping moment by moment away out of their reach.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to see from here, isn't it? I tell you what, it hasn't been hard to see from here. Has been the game. I thought we'd have some viewing troubles today, being quite a way away, but no, it's been all right.
Put it in, Steve.
And we've even managed to get around the problem of Cessnock's rather
tricoloured, omelette.
Yeah, the Vegemite omelette with the numbers very hard to read on the back, but we've managed to get around it pretty well, I think. Here's Cade Hardy bringing it up the centre. Another try here to Maitland, and they'd be breasting the tape, I think.
3. Move!
And Waitford, who's probably in line for man of the match. Robards, with Connolly came through on Robards like a bullet there, missed him.
Oh. Movement! Daniel, you can't hit a bloke 9 possession
They're
on
in
the ball.
position here to sink the killer blow. Here's Perrin, he got around one, and he's not far away now, only about 10 or 12.
5 of us!
And they'll set up to the left.
Hold here. Go.
And here's Waitford, little grubber kick with a lot on it. And that nearly ended up in the car park.
Yeah, never any worry of that going over the dead ball line. He got his foot right through that.
Well, you've got to know your own strengths, don't you? Now,
too many Weet-Bix for at least. So.
Mark White has just thrown an offload there, which has gone backwards. And now Cessnock, what was a 5 metre hit up, turned into about a 15 metre hit up.
Hold here. Go.
And Cessnock bringing it away, 10 minutes 40. You're getting into miracle territory now. I think it's fair to say. Brett Stevens is still fighting, even after being tackled. And now he's 4, and there's still a bit of stench on here. But here's Joe Woodbury. He's already got one, and he's going to kick back inside. It's not a bad kick because Connolly's coming through, and he's going to score. Well, all of a sudden, 32-20, 10 minutes to go, and a kick to come. They're not a million miles away, Cessnock. That was the sort of brilliance they needed. The pass to Woodbury was a beauty, and the left-footed kick was even better. Could not have placed it better.
Yeah, and a very, very good bounce there for Connolly coming through. I think it's just about being the best for Cessnock today, and well-deserved try.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Every time he's got the ball, as I've said a couple of times, he's beaten the tackle and just been hard to put down, and has put in a good shift too. He's played, I think, almost possibly all of the game.
Yeah, I can't remember him going off.
I can't recall him going off. No, that's right.
And for a guy, compared to some of the other forwards running around the company, especially in this game, he's but just has tremendous strength and can really push away from the opposition defenders with ease. He's done it a lot of times, as you said before. He's sure thing to break one tackle. He'll always break that first tackle, and in that case, he got the biscuits.
Well, Cessnock can still smell the biscuits. The window's coming
down.
down,
Position, I'll call
there's
it.
still just a whiff permeating through the crack.
Just enough.
Just enough to know that they're still there, that's right.
You need a shortcut there, Carly.
The window is coming down, 9 minutes, 10 seconds left.
On those ones.
32-22. Now, Maitland, they were on the end of the they put on the late show last week. They might be on the receiving end. Another try here in the next couple of minutes, and we might be set up for the grandstand finish. But away they come, and that's Mark White again. He just puts in a shift every week, and it was his offload that got them rolling in the last set. This one has them rolling again because Metcalf's ended up with it.
Bit of creative football there in the off the kickoff.
Picked up by Dan Nickow, and crucially, it's a penalty. Penalty for a strip.
Let go.
Much to the dissatisfaction of the Maitland fans, another penalty.
They've saw it. They haven't given quite so many away in the second half. Or is it going to go out? It is. It's going to take a fair chunk of ground as well. He took a risk. Did I think Liam Foran, and it's been a good one. It might have been Willie Hetta, but it was a good risk because it's gone out on the halfway line, and Cessnock are poised here with enough time, if good enough.
Spun!
8 minutes to go. It's a very messy play the ball, and plenty of room there for Stevens to scurry through. He played most of his first grade in the centres or on the wing, so he's got plenty of pace in there at dummy half. Now here's Dan Metcalf.
Sorry. Release!
And they're rolling forward well here. Willie Heather trying to put something on with Foran. Foran steps, throws the pass to himself. Now here's Holland. That's a good ball. And he's going himself here. He's Edwards. And he's not far away. He's over the line. Did he get it down? I don't think so. He's going to consult. No, he's held up. A very exuberant gesture there.
Can I just say what an incredible bit of
Out of 10.
And he jinked a couple times.
That was the old Benji Marshall.
Himself,
The Benji Marshall pass to yourself play. As Joe Woodbury's in at dummy half. Cessnock have got a couple of tackles left here. And Foran goes himself. Now here's Hetter dummying out the back to Connolly, out to Metcalf. Metcalf can beat a tackle. He can beat a couple and score. All of a sudden it's on. 7 and a bit minutes to go. And there might be a few wobbles being felt amongst the pickers. Maitland 32, Cessnock 26. Kick to come. And now the window's coming down, but the smell is stronger.
A lot stronger, some would say.
That's right. And
Yeah,
Maitland are in the kitchen hearing the footsteps.
Yeah, it's look.
Thanks.
Who would have thought it? 2 or 3 minutes ago to score back to back in the space of about 2 or 3 sets with the penalty there. Yeah, incredible. It's funny that because you would not say that Cessnock have looked at any time apart from maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the first half look like the better side.
Yeah.
And well, here it comes. They could be within 4 points.
Now the kick's gone over. There's a bit of dissent between some of the Cessnock fans and the official timekeeper here. But the kick has gone over from Willie Header. And he's brought it back to 4 points. 32-28. 6 minutes left. The timekeeper's just adjusting. There was a blackout up there on the scoreboard, but everything's all right now. There's no scuttlebutt. Now we're away, and now time's off again. Timekeeper. He's called. Oh well. Now there's time off.
I'm not a timekeeper.
There's a bit of dissent again from the Cessnock bench this time. It's getting a bit fractious. If the Cessnock lose with 10 seconds to go, there might be an inquiry, but back they come. And Cessnock have time now, 5.5 minutes to score a try.
Well, and crucial kick there too. We probably look at that. Willie had quite not an easy kick.
That was a lovely kick.
He really needed to sink that one to get him in position where they can, if they can get over the stripe, but go for the win.
Well, Cessnock have done this in this last few minutes by using the ball inside their own half, by chucking it around a little bit, being willing to take a few risks. They haven't had much choice. Now there's a good ball back on the inside.
A lot coming from Brett Stevens out of dummy half.
That's right. He's come back on and added a bit of spark. Foran's taking more control as well. He's gone for a little chip kick. It's not a baddie either. There's a kick on it from Edwards, and Joe Woodbury's going to score. He has at Cessnock. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They were dead and buried. It was 32-12 with 15 minutes to go.
With 12 minutes to go. With 12
minutes to go, it was 32-12. And now, with 4.5 minutes to go, it's 32 all. Goodness gracious me.
I think it was Foran off the deck there with the kick. And well finished off there by Woodbury for his second. A lot to do there with the ball just bouncing along there like. Look, the way that ball was spinning around and bobbling about, it was like a Shane Googly or something, wasn't it?
It was a beautiful kick, and then the foot there from Edwards. It all just went right for them, and 3 tries in about 5 minutes here.
Yeah,
and never mind the window closing. Cessnock have thrown it open, and they're just about inside grabbing the biscuits. But this kick's got to go over.
And it's the number one who's taking it.
It's not
Holland. It's not Hetter.
It's Kerrod Holland, who was top scorer I think he was top scorer in the league last year, and the goal kicker. But this is a bit of pressure. Maitland were on the end of they kicked one from sideline last week to win the game, and this week they've seen a kick from the sideline go wide. Or in fact, it's dropped short. 32 all, 3.5 minutes to go. Goodness me, we can pick a game, Matthew. We can pick a game.
You just keep your eyes on the ball. I'll jump distance.
What an absolute cracker this has been. Who would have thought it with 11, 12 minutes to go that we'd be with 32 all.
My word.
And all momentum here with Cessnock. They've gone back-to-back tries in 3 sets of 6. Maitland haven't had the ball for 5 minutes. Fantastic.
But either side could still nick this because it's 32 all. And even though Cessnock have had all the running, if they were to spill the ball in their own half, Maitland would be back in pole position. So there's plenty of time for anything to happen here. What a game. Goodness me. big appeals there down the right-hand side for a high tackle against Maitland there. And another one, but forward comes, I think that's Noah Easton, sorry. And now it's Metcalf. He's got more involved in the second half, and he's given it away. And here's Brendan Williams.
Let go!
And they're making ground by using the ball, and I don't see why they'd change anything now. Here's Brett Stevens and Heta, and he had a good enough about him to step there. And they're rolling on. I don't think they're in field goal territory, but they can get to the corner and put them under pressure. Or maybe they are in field goal territory. Heta's going to have a go. That's nowhere near it. That's a stinker. He would have been better off to...
but follow it through.
Better off to just jam it in the corner, but it's ended up being all right.
Yeah, it's
and Soper Lawler.
Hold!
Yeah, tactical kick rather than a drop goal attempt. And now Maitland have to hang on to it. We're in that golden point situation where you've just got to hold and not give away a penalty. But Cessnock, having come back into this game, are swarming. Absolutely swarming in defence. And if this keeps up...
The injection of Brett Stevens, I think, for Cohen King in the back end of this second half has really added a bit of spark.
Absolutely,
but
this
half. He's looked fantastic.
He's down Nick Howe, and he's going to try and bust through. They've made enough ground here that they're going to be in a good position to kick.
Back up, Brendan.
They've gone all the way back though, and Louise is going to try and run. And now this is enterprising football, and they've got men to the right. And here goes Hardy, and Hardy's got Lacey outside him, and he's going to kick for Lacey. Has he got enough on it? I think he's got too much on it. He's got too much on it, and it's up over the dead ball line.
Great play from Louise. Wow. Absolutely great play from Louise.
You've got to have a bit of self-belief with a minute and a half to go to put a step on last tackle. Well. Last set of the game, you'd have to say now for Cessnock.
Just about the best for Maitland, considering the position they're coming from in Louise. So yeah, fantastic play and good work there from the winger in the centre out here on the right.
Run!
Connolly carted that back, and that was probably the least ground he's made all day because he got swatted. And forward comes Cessnock. 45 seconds to go on the clock. I think it'll take something pretty special for either side to win it from here. But they're going to... Oh, that might be it! That might be something special. 35 seconds to go. And a spilled pass over there. He's called knock on both ways. So it's going to be a scrum to Maitland, but they're going to have to form it up and stop the clock. I bet the timekeeper's on this one. Yeah, I thought he might be. The clock stops.
Stay in.
The timekeeper's very exposed up here in the grandstand.
So he's got to shake the can.
He's got about 200 assistants all telling him when to turn the clock off. But they've stopped it with 24 seconds.
Off. You leave him alone. We ain't have time off.
What's the tactic from here?
Your position to stand there.
A couple of tackles and then the field goal.
You probably got two tackles. Probably got three tackles, I think.
Put it in.
So you'd think maybe two, and then maybe go for the field goal.
Here's Louisi. He's going to try for the try early on, and he's beat a couple.
Run!
You think this is settler up here and then the field goal?
You have to think so. One tackle and then a field goal. Who have they got? Waitford's going to have to do it himself. That's not what they wanted. Fair kick from 40 out. Hardy wants it himself. Here's Louisi. Last tackle. And the field goal attempt's a shocker, but it's knocked down. It's play on. Woodbury doesn't... what's he going to do? Bring it back? He's going to be tackled. What a game of rugby league.
Fantastic.
What a game that was. 32 all. Cessnock and Maitland. Maitland were over the hills and far away with 15 minutes to go. But they've come back. Cessnock came back into it, scored 4 late tries to get themselves back into the game. Missed the kick from the sideline and couldn't conjure anything. Neither side really could conjure anything in the last few minutes to win the game.
Which one?
Yeah, you never say that Cessnock was really ever looked dangerous in the second half, but just managed to get the break, that first try, and then just the roll on, got those 2 tries in consecutive sets from broken play, and fantastic game.
A little bit of momentum. A little bit of momentum. The game changed when they started to throw it wide early in the sets, and they got themselves back into it. And in the end, Cessnock, Maitland will be disappointed to have let the lead slip. I'd say Cessnock will probably be disappointed to have not gone on and won the game.
Yeah, I don't think either sets of coaches, I don't think Noel Den or Barney Miller are going to be very happy with either side. I think Maitland's discipline was pretty poor, and equally I think Cessnock's handling and their general anger wasn't their general play wasn't great.
Yeah, I think that's about right. An absolute cracker of a game. Probably in the end neither side deserved to lose. 32 all. Maitland 32, Cessnock 32. Thank you, Matt, for your assistance.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, always a pleasure when a game's as good as this.
Yeah.
And it's been a great day. But Maitland 32, Cessnock 32.
Thank you.
This is Bar TV. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Real guys, real sport. Bar TV.